Hello, friends. Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am your host, Tom Downey. I've got some bad news for you guys. Leighton Vander Esch, this one just coming across the wire. Sounds like he's going to miss some time, and at least will miss the game against the New England Patriots. Now, there are conflicting reports on exactly what his latest injury is. However, he did undergo an MRI, and he should miss the Patriots game. One report from NFL.com says it's a back issue. The Dallas Morning News actually broke the story, says it's a neck issue. They said neck area, so it's probably right along the back neck line, and that's why there's some confusion on what it actually is. But for now, he is not expected to play against the Patriots and could very well miss more time going forward. That's a big loss for the Dallas Cowboys. So Vander Esch hurt right now. Sean Lee will continue to play more reps. Joe Thomas will also now be your third linebacker. Means a lot more expected from Jalen Smith. Joe Thomas right now dealing with an illness. That's not a great timing for that one. And Sean Lee, frankly, didn't play all that well against the Minnesota Vikings. So how worried are you about LVE's injury? I don't know about you guys. I kind of get a little bit concerned when it's in the neck or back area. Those tend to linger not just for 1 year, but for quite a long time. So grade that for me on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're not even worried at all, 10 being you're freaking out and you need a new linebacker in the first round right now. Of course, we're not at the 10, not at the 1 either. I'm going to put that as a 5 or a 6. We'll get more information soon, I'm sure, but for now, that is not a good sign. Now we got some more news and rumors on the Cowboys, including some big injury updates beyond just LVE coming up right now. The Cowboys have added a cornerback. It's not Donovan Wilson after all. It's Deontay Burton signed off the Colts practice squad. He's bounced around the league for several years now. He does fill Anthony Brown's vacant spot. Burton pretty much fits the Chris Richard mold to a T. This is a long, decently athletic, not quite a burner, but he's a good enough athlete. Long, tall, good frame, and happened to play wide receiver, actually, at Kansas State. Now, the failing Dallas Morning News might have said he's from Kent State. No, he's from Kansas State. I know you Big 12 fans know who I'm talking about there. So he comes in. He is now the number 5 corner on the Cowboys depth chart. We will see if he's even active this week. I don't know if he's going to be. The Cowboys could try to get by for a game with only 4 cornerbacks. Burton can help out on special teams, but Goodwin plays that role really well. And frankly, for a Patriots team, as we'll discuss more later on today, they don't really air the ball out in the same way that they used to do, so just kind of keep that in mind. Now, before we get to the rumors, I found a deal for everybody watching. It's the holiday season. You probably need a new Cowboys jersey. Well, I found a little flash sale. Chatsports.com/Cowboys jersey. Type in that URL. It's in the description, or it's in the comments and the description right now for you. Go check it out. All kinds of Cowboys jerseys. They are all on sale. Dak, Zeke, Amari, Leighton Vander Esch, they're all on sale right now. I got you guys covered. If I see more stuff, I'll share it for you as well. Winston Shaney, yes, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure some of the Color Rush jerseys are on sale as well. So go check it out, chatsports.com/Cowboys jersey. All right, on to the rumors now. This one you guys won't like. Connor McGovern not going to return for Stars. Yeah, this has not gone the way the Cowboys or McGovern hoped this season would be. He's been on IR with a pectoral injury, kind of tore it. Was hoping that he didn't need surgery for it, that he could just rehab through it, and that hasn't really turned out very well in the end. He is still not ready to return to practice per the Dallas Morning News, and all expectations are he's just not going to be able to play this season. It ends up being a redshirt year for Connor McGovern, which is pretty disappointing, especially because the Cowboys draft class really hasn't committed or hasn't helped this team. Tristan Hill can't get on the field. McGovern hurt. Tony Pollard, the best rookie by far. Michael Jackson didn't make the team, was on the practice squad, and is now with the Detroit Lions. Joe Jackson has actually gotten some work over Tristan Hill. He's been a good hit for a 5th-round pick, but that's not what you want to be saying about your draft class. Donovan Wilson on the roster, but hasn't really played very much. Mike Weber, also not out there. He's on the practice squad. Jalen Jelks with an IR stash this season. So with all of that in mind, grade the Cowboys' 2019 draft class so far. Now, it's of course a bit skewed because your first-round pick went for Amari Cooper, which completely saves the draft. If you factor that in, you're probably looking at an A or a B, if not an outright A for anything because Cooper's been that good. But beyond Amari Cooper, I mean, Pollard and Joe Jackson are the only ones really worth mentioning. Your second-round pick isn't ready to play yet. That's not a good sign for the Cowboys. So I see C's and F's. It's an understandable question on that front. All right, we'll stick with some offensive line talk. How about Connor Williams? Could he be back? Well, this was actually 3 stars, and if you had asked me this a week ago, I would have said, there's no way C-Will is back after within a week of surgery. Well, he is already back at practice just 8 days after a knee scope. Now, I know it wasn't full-fledged surgery or anything like that. It was just, emphasis on the just part there, a knee scope. But to come back that quickly is actually pretty insane. I'm really surprised and impressed on that front by Connor Williams. Now, Williams says he is 100% and ready to go, and I don't think the Cowboys have to push him back by any means, but we'll look at the depth chart here, and overall, you don't need to panic and force Williams back into the roster, but that's a good sign. It's a really great sign that your young player is so quickly able to get back and get at least in a chance to play the game this week. That's pretty darn impressive. Now, Su'a-Filo continues to work before Williams, work with Williams out of the rosters. I stumble all over my words here. But just that's impressive to me that you were in a position where Williams had a knee scope and is already back practicing just 8 days later. So now the question becomes, do you start Connor Williams over Xavier Su'a-Filo? We've had this debate many a time. I still feel very confident in what I've said before and my mindset about this in the past as well, about what Connor Williams can bring to you on a roster. So my mindset hasn't really changed aside from one pretty major difference. And that big difference here is that with where you sit with Connor Williams is you don't have to rush him back. You don't have to do that at all. So I'm giving this 3 stars still. You don't have to panic and push Connor Williams back into the roster. But he is still better than Xavier Su'a-Filo. And I've made this point 1,000 times. I'm going to keep making it. And Su'a-Filo is a serviceable spot starter. He's fine. He's fine. I agree with you there, DM. He's fine. And that's why you don't have to rush Connor Williams back into the lineup. I know some of you might think it seems like Su'a-Filo plays better. I'm telling you guys, not the case. And he was great against a pretty bad Lions pass, especially on the interior. They don't have guys that get to the quarterback. They haven't had that for years. Fun fact, both Williams and Su'a-Filo's best games as pass blockers have actually come against the Detroit Lions. That's pretty funny. But Su'a-Filo got absolutely washed in the run game. He had a really bad showing, really bad start, and there's a play out there. If you guys want the evidence, I'll gladly send it to you on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. He got blown up by a linebacker, and y'all tell me that Williams isn't strong enough there. So let me know in the comments who should start at left guard. And I'll pose this as if they're both healthy. I agree with many of you in there. You don't have to and you don't want to rush Connor back. You can get by with Su'a-Filo starting. He was a great find by the Cowboys after 2 different teams didn't want him anymore. But if they're both healthy, I think the answer pretty clearly is C for Connor Williams. All right, more offensive line talk, funny enough here. Is La'el Collins going to be active against the Patriots? I'm going to give this 2 stars. I don't know if he's going to be active, but I feel pretty confident that he's got a good chance for it. Now, he is dealing with yet another knee injury. He did not practice on Wednesday. Neither did he practice on Thursday. That is worth mentioning. It's not a great sign, but he did do some work on the side. Maybe makes you feel a little bit better about that. Now, the Cowboys, I think, really need him out there. If you're going to beat the Patriots, I really don't want to throw out Cam Fleming as your right tackle because A, he hasn't played that well this year. B, I think the Patriots know how to beat him because he was with the Patriots for quite a while. I'm going to approach him as he is a true questionable game-time decision. Now, if he practices on Friday, I feel a lot better about it. But if he's even just limited, I'm going to be a little bit concerned. Knee injuries, he's battled through them. He's done a great job this year. But I am going to always be, just a little bit worried about that one. So I'll leave it at 2 stars for now. If I had to guess one way or the other, I'm going to go with I think he plays, but we'll see what happens on that one. Today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. It's chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. Cowboys Abroad is right in the comments section. The Patriots are a 6.5-point favorite, which means if you bet on the Cowboys to win, make a pretty nice return there. So head over to chatsports.com/bet. Takes you right into the BetDSI site. Use that promo code Cowboys120. Gets you an extra deposit bonus. A deal you will not find anywhere else and cannot be eclipsed. All right, next up, Amari Cooper. Lots of injury notes here for you guys today. Is he going to play? I'm going to give it 3 stars. I would be surprised if Cooper isn't active, but I didn't give it 4 stars here because I am just a little bit worried we're going to see the same what we saw last week, where he plays, but he doesn't play 100%. That's my concern there. He's been banged up all year. He's battled through it, and I love him for it. And he's going to continue to try to play through those injuries. So I think Cooper's going to be active, but he's probably not going to practice this week. If he does, he'll be limited, and I worry he's going to miss some snaps against the New England Patriots. Now, overall, you have to be ecstatic with the way Amari Cooper has played so far this year. 56 grabs. There have been some drops. He's actually kind of cleaned those up in a couple of weeks here. 886 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's going to go for like 70 over 1,000, maybe even 10 by the end of the year. And you make no mistake, against a great team like the Patriots, you need to have Amari Cooper out there. Michael Gallup and Randall Cobb have stepped up over the past few weeks, but they're not Cooper. You need Cooper out there. And you need, probably in all likelihood, Amari Cooper to have a good game, if not a great game. So how many yards will Cooper have in the comment section? Get those flowing down in the comments. I'll give some shout-outs too. I'll put the over-under at 88.5. That is Cooper's average so far this year. And I'll make note, other receivers have eclipsed this. So I think it's a fair over-under. 88.5. Let me know in the comments section. I'll get some shots here. Anthony Meatball says 90. You're a long-time watcher, my friend. Keep those coming. 92 from Leroy, 115 from Mimi, 795 and 1 from Winston, so I'm not surprised by this. Most of these are coming in as the over. It's about what I expected. All right, next up here before we get to our Q&A, how about free Donovan Wilson? 2 stars on this one. Yes and no. I am certainly open to it. I think I've made that pretty clear on previous shows. And after a great preseason, I get why you guys want to see him. Jeff Heath also still banged up right now. Darian Thompson struggled this past week. But Wilson's only snap on defense came on a Lions touchdown. I will make note, though, that touchdown hold on, that doesn't make any sense. That touchdown's blame does not go to Donovan Wilson. There we go. God, I suck today. The touchdown wasn't Wilson's fault. That's an easier way to say it. Yeah, he kind of looked foolish getting turned around trying to follow it, but Darian Thompson got beat. I was confused by that play. Wilson's in single deep coverage. You got Michael Bennett in spy. You got Jalen Smith kind of following. I think it was man-to-man on a man blitz with Bennett spying, and Thompson just got roasted on that play. Now, before that game against Detroit, I thought Thompson had actually played really well. And frankly, I was pleasantly surprised by his caliber of play. Problem is, that did not continue against the Detroit Lions. So who do you guys want starting with Xavier Woods? Because, of course, Woods is going to be your other starter. I don't understand people have tried to make the claim that he wouldn't start. He's clearly your number 1 safety right now. So who do you want? Wilson, Thompson, or Heath? Let me know in the comments section. I'll let these flow in for a second. Wilson, Thompson, or Heath. You know how the Cowboys coaching staff feels, right? They're going to end up picking Jeff Heath. But I want to hear from you guys. All the spam it in there. Someone says Jamal Adams. Food review, you are correct. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. It's definitely not for this upcoming game against the Patriots. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.